Alright, I'm skipping episode 5 and jumping right into number 6. Mixed signals. Right away, we get a hint of foreshadowing. We see the hot sun, two lovebirds, literally birds in love. We get some hot old folk action taking place in the bleachers. And you know what? At first I was like, that's gross. But then I thought, hey, they've been doing this since before I was born. I can only pray I get that kind of action when I'm that age. I wish I got that kind of action now. I hate seeing people in love. We're introduced to this little pitching prodigy named Euan. He's out there on the mound showboating, clearly confident in his skill. If you ever played team sports, you've seen this kid. They exist for sure. That's why I think this show resonates so well with me. This kid has a god complex and it's done to perfection. He's on the field doing his thing, and eventually one player does manage to get a hit off of him. Lucky for Euan though, the ball was caught by our other main character of this episode, Taylor. Her little brother Ira was the subject of the previous episode, episode 5. He basically just craved the attention from Taylor, but she was too busy with Euan, leaving Ira to befriend and make questionable choices with the bleacher creatures. It was an alright episode, but in my opinion, it was really just a palate cleanser after the first 4 episodes. Where episode 5 lost some steam, it's definitely picked up here and driven to some deeper depths of the heart. Literally, we see into the metaphorical heart of Taylor and Euan. And yes, I am aware that I said literally and metaphorical in the same sentence.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
The character concept given to these two could not have been done more perfect. They have avatars to represent their inner feelings, their true selves, if you will. So Taylor saved the play, but Euan plays it off like he meant to let the other team get a hit. They have a little flirtatious back and forth. I truly believe that this is where the spark for Taylor starts. She gives him some playful pushback, and if there's one thing a man loves, it's to be playfully degraded by a female. Especially for someone like Euan. He projects his dominance, and if a pretty girl doesn't buy into it, well damn it, it's game on. The only goal is to attach himself now to that chick and dominate her. He needs to gain control of her to protect his fragile ego. Now that he's chosen Taylor, he's hyper focused on her, and we see in the dugout she's getting a little too close to Tom. So Euan has to create a distraction, and he manages to get the focus back on him, but he's being a little blocker. When you're young, all these hormones and feelings are bombarding your medulla, and you see another dude hovering over your main squeeze, you act on it without thinking. I'm surprised Euan didn't ask Taylor to marry him. He just pulls out his camera and BS's around, asking Taylor to explain why he's the GOAT. And with the camera rolling, he captures my girl Lori taking a devastating strikeout. This is the footage that we seen in the first episode.
Hey Lori, you see my sick video? You're internet famous.
Really?
Let me just take a look first. I'll handle this. Oh, that's not great.
And it acts as the catalyst for this episode. He turns it into a video to post online, which sets up Rochelle to say that he likes Lori. Y'all remember that part?
You like Lori! Yuwen! You doofus!
They re-show it here in more graphic detail. But look, let's weigh his options. What else could he have done? A simple denial? I mean, that's out of the question. You know how kids are. They would have just kept the accusations up. Could he have turned the tables and said Rochelle liked, oh, I don't know, let's say Tom? What would that have done? She'd probably just say,
why are you trying to change the subject?
And double down. It was his only option to throw out the fact that he liked Taylor.
I like Taylor!
Oh. What did I just do?
Of course, he put himself in a vulnerable position, but lucky for him, Taylor reciprocated. Had it been me, I would have took Lori up on that offer to go to Dairy Queen. I probably would have seen how crazy religious she is and then try to set Taylor up as my escape route. Look, I'm just saying, I've been in Euan's shoes. Either way, him and Taylor link up for the first date and they go to the movies. His mom's pulls up in a food truck that I swear I thought it said Wangs and Things. It made sense as a food truck. I thought it was a pretty good play on words, But the more I thought about it, I don't think the word wings should be associated with your food. Anyways, they watch a Fast and Furious knockoff, and Taylor raises the armrest. It just took me back to when seats were not assigned. Although I love it now, I'm glad it wasn't around back when I was in high school. When I was on dates, you knew the drill. You're supposed to sit at the top row, corner seat, and just see what happens. So they hang out some more. Taylor confides in this fool. She says how she wants to try to play catcher. She thinks it's stupid, but Euan builds her up and helps her step up her game. They kiss for the first time, and after this kiss, we see Taylor's avatar move in with Euan, and there's a montage with a pretty decent, catchy song playing over it. One thing I could say is throughout this series, the music has been on point. I haven't heard one song that I really wasn't vibing with. We can see that these two are really bonding over the week because let's not forget, all this takes place from one Saturday to the next. So their relationship is moving pretty fast. But it comes to a screeching halt when Euan has a major crash out at school when Tom interrupts him and Taylor.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
Hey, Tay, you dropped your phone.
And damn it, Tom, you keep ruining shit for your squad, bro. First, you didn't listen to Rochelle and sit behind her so she could help you cheat, causing her and Kai to take the fall for your bullshit. Now you come in and flirt with Taylor right in front of her, dude. What's wrong with you, bro? And let me find out you hooked up Miss Park with her new fiance. I knew a kid named Tom in high school. He skipped school with my girlfriend at the time. But guys, don't worry. I was assured by them that they just went to the Jack in the Box down the street, alright? There was no funny business going on. Maybe that's why I feel some type of way towards Tom here. He steps in between Euan and Taylor, asking for Taylor to tutor his goofy ass. You know what that means, right? A little one-on-one time, alone, hitting the books. Euan makes some off-color remark, as one does when threatened, and Taylor brushes it off and takes Tom to the side, asking him about his personal life. Like, why do you even care, Taylor? He's not Euan. Come on, you don't do this.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
And we see Euan's avatar. This scene is just, like, you feel that. You feel the pain and hurt Euan is going through at this moment. Like I said, I've been in his shoes. I've been there. If the other person drives you crazy like that, then they ain't the one. Euan needs to take a step back and realize this. We see what's going on inside his head when we see Taylor's avatar talking on the phone in another room, being secretive to Euan's avatar. It's a scene that captures that feeling of betrayal in a relationship. Y'all remember that song, Lips of an Angel? It's very reminiscent of that. And when Euan finds Tom's sock in the trash after Taylor walks out the room, man, it's symbolizing that feeling that someone's infiltrated Euan and Taylor's home, their personal space. Not cool. He might as well have found a used condom. Sorry. The subject matter is just so real in this one. I forget we're talking about 7th graders. Not to say that that doesn't happen. I mean, we can talk to Vanessa about that shit. So Tom creates a rift between Euan and Taylor, and Euan can't handle the fact that his chick is flirting with other dudes, especially Tom, who's taller and a bit more developed. The problem is, Euan should have went for the lower hanging fruit, a chick that other dudes ain't gonna try to test his gangster with, you know what I mean? You got a little hottie yaddy with a body, you know other dudes are gonna be trying to snatch her away from you. If you ain't ready for that, you gotta get a girl who guys won't notice, if you catch my drift. So Euan, he goes nuclear. At the championship game, with those feelings of betrayal still festering in his prepubescent brain, he blurts out to the team that Taylor wants to be a catcher.
Did Taylor tell you how she wants to take Rochelle's spot as catcher, as if she's even good enough?
But the tension's broken up by one of the funniest lines.
Weekend. Has anyone seen Rochelle?
I was just with her mom, actually.
Well,
It's a callback to episode 4, and the coach's reaction is the icing on the cake. It's la cereza en el pastel. Thank you, Sugar Astronaut at Spanish Made Easy, for teaching me that. In Rochelle's absence, Taylor fills in, and Euan can't help but tease her because he can't process his jealousy.
Don't get nervous. Better not puke.
I think he's trying to get a reaction out of her because, again, if she don't get mad, it means she doesn't care, right? That's the mentality he's operating off of. So he's making the situation worse. On the pitcher's mound, he's not listening to her. She's telling him what to pitch, what to throw, but he ignores her at every turn, giving up hit after hit, throwing ball after ball. It all comes to a head when Taylor signals to the coach that it's time to change the pitcher, and the whole time, Euan's avatar is like, "What am I doing?" acting on impulse, unable to control his actions. Euan throws a pitch that ends up hitting Taylor's face mask, allowing the other team to score. It's bad. Taylor yells at Euan that they're done. They're f***ing done as she walks off the field. And it hits Euan in literal, metaphorical heartbreak. He clutches at his chest like I do after a late night burrito with Valentina salsa. We see his heart in shambles and some imagery that, if you're human, you can relate to. And with that, he drops the ball in that iconic shot. It's a heavy ending. It's right there with Rochelle's ending. The episode before this isn't bad. It's not a bad episode. I just couldn't personally sink my teeth into it. I couldn't relate to little Ira's plight. But this one, I really felt some sort of connection to Euan. But after episode 5, it's going to be hard to follow up that 1-2 punch that was Raspberry and Pickle. Like, you were never going to top that. So Steel walked so mixed signals could run. It shows how relationships can turn toxic when you're not emotionally ready to deal with certain feelings. I respect the show for how it deals with these heavy themes. It's highly entertaining and easily digestible. I forget how the show reaches its conclusion, but I'm enjoying the rewatch. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Peace.